I
In
like that we've
three,
been doing this
two, one.
we've been doing this so many years that now you just put going live with Montana. Like you don't even just talking with Montana. We don't even have to have like topics.
No, Steve Woodward's in here.
He's always in here, dude. He's the next.
He is the man.
I'm gonna publicly do something for him.
Good. He deserves it.
Hold on. I wish we could get him on here.
We can get him on here. Steve, you got Skype? What's up, Jason Taylor? What's up, Kevin Jackson? What's up, Scott Lur?
Oh, you do have us in here. I'm gonna publicly do something for him.
Yeah, we're in. Good. He deserves it. I can hear it.
Awesome.
Mute it.
Oh shit.
I can hear myself talking.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even realize I did that. Sorry. I just have to so I can keep track of the fucking chat.
Yeah. Just chilling. We got 11 people in here already. Hello, Jimmy P.
We got Rollback Rob on here. I wish Rollback was at a shop again, man. I miss him working at bike shops. Kiss BMX. He's really wishing he could ride right now. The weather sucks and his ramps are down.
Dude, the weather sucks here too. What's up, Brian Lowry, Zach Reiser? Anyone here watch the Daytona 500? We both just did the exact same thing. We just looked and shook our heads. No.
What's up, Tyler? What's up, Red Ben?
You're seeing people before I even see them.
Good. Fuck you.
Ryan Spruce is finally back in the live stream. It has been a minute, my friend.
That's good.
Georgia, New York City, Montana, Ricky.
Love you too, Austin. So Steve Woodward hasn't answered us. And I'm so gangster that I'll just publicly say things for him. But I'd rather him be on the phone with us than just do it straight over here, and then I can't see his reaction or hear his reaction.
Oh, well, that's lame. I'd like that. I'd like that a lot.
So do I, because I love a little back history, I guess, on me. If you've been my friend, or you've hung out with me, and we've had a lot of personal time together, I am definitely better at getting people sponsored than I'm getting myself sponsored, or I'm really good at helping others find a way to get helped out or hooked up. And it's been that way for me for like 20 years. So, Steve, get your ass on here and let me talk about you.
He needs to have a Skype for it.
Can you like DM him so then he can like straight talk to you?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. Anyway, so how's everybody doing tonight? Oh, here's a good one. So I went to CABDA, which was in Chicago.
I was going to ask how that was.
Fucking amazing.
Good.
There was only 4 BMX companies, and obviously there was Merit. Merit and Kink had a booth. DK and Verde had a booth. S&M kinda had a booth. S&M had a table, and that was it. And then
he's driving around.
He's what?
Driving around.
I don't give a shit. Tell him to pull over.
You told him just now.
Actually, there was only 3 all BMX companies that had their own booth. That was it. And it was amazing just getting to see Midwest shops and shops that ended up showing up. But just more of the industry talk is really good. And just seeing how things are and, getting to see other companies, new stuff that's coming out and just getting ideas like J&R, or is it J&R or J&B, JBI or whatever?
Importers, yeah. JBI.
Yeah, they just got they got Odyssey and now they got Sub Rosa.
Good.
So they got more options for people, which is really good, I guess. Um, but looking around, I was looking for your stuff. That's always my favorite thing to do is go around and look for alienation stuff, just
Yeah.
so I can try to give you a shout out. But I really didn't see too much.
Yeah, they would have been part of JB. JB.
uh, but just the whole vibe is really good. And if anybody here works at a shop or has friends at a shop and they're close to one of those, you can get tickets for free. So if you can get tickets for free and you can make it out to one of those, if you go with the shop, like Brant can go to those for free because Brant is part of Brimstone.
Yep.
So if you know a bike shop, all you got to do is ask them to sign you up and you can get in for free and go and hang out and check out and see people's new stuff. Like we're going to have a booth. The next one is going to be in New York, or it's going to be in Jersey, New Jersey.
They have
Kink is
3
gonna
of them?
yeah.
I didn't
Kink
even know that.
Yeah, so it's in 3 weeks. So Kink is going to have their own booth, and we're going to have our first booth since Interbike, since 2013 or 2012.
Wow.
So it's going to be my first time running a booth, but if you guys work at a bike shop or you're close, definitely show up.
No
And
doubt.
Dan, the best part was an all BMX shop won run bike shop of the year or something, and Let's Roast won it, which is a BMX shop.
Who owns Let's Roast?
Logan and another guy.
I thought it was Logan, but I didn't see him in any of the pictures. So I was like, what? I'm confused.
So they won this big ass trophy, and I was like grabbing it and running around and yelling at people. But I was just excited to see that an all BMX shop won that award,
No
which
doubt.
is, by the way, which is really hard because there's 10, maybe 10 in the United States that are all BMX now.
Right.
You know, so shout out to them.
Yeah, that's way rad.
Hell yeah. Oh, thanks, Rollback Rob. I appreciate it, brother.
You're answering stuff that I haven't even seen yet.
Oh, he was just congratulating me on my new sponsor.
Oh, okay. I'm like, well, you see stuff before me, so I'm just confused all the time.
We're talking BMX over here, and he's congratulating me on a 29 sponsor.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I like all wheels, brother.
Yep, it's all BMX.
Yeah. No, I honestly feel like if any of you guys get a chance, use your local bike shop, take advantage of it, and come to New Jersey and check it out. It's the best chance to meet the owners, to see brand new product that isn't coming out until the summer, and to also just get a vibe. Like the whole, like to be a part of the industry, to see the insides is such a great feeling. And you can see everything all in one location. And the food's cheap. They were giving away free liquor and free food at the end of the
Jeez.
night, so everyone was drunk.
Whoever that started that must just have hated Interbike, because it's like the opposite.
I feel like they probably were a part of it and they realized how expensive it was.
Yeah,
Because companies ain't rich.
right. Exactly. That's why Interbike's not a thing anymore, because it costs freaking 10 grand for a tiny little booth with no electricity.
Well, Interbike's trying to come back this year in Reno, but their locations are bad too. Like, yes, having it in Vegas or in Las Vegas or Nevada seems cool, but it's just not centrally located for everybody. It's not good for the East Coast or the Southwest or the Northwest, you know?
Yeah.
Like having 3 locations and having a cheap price, like for them to come to it for free is amazing.
Right. Yeah. To have it cheap enough that instead of only going to Interbike and paying for all that, you could go to all 3 of Cabdas for this, like, or probably less than the amount of money it would cost to go to Interbike.
It's probably, to be honest with you, it'll probably be less than half for a company to pay.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, because wasn't it only like in the hundreds to have a booth?
Huh?
Isn't it like only in the hundreds to have a booth?
Yeah.
Like it's not to 1,000 yet.
No, it's beautiful. And they don't segregate us, and which is great. So if you've ever been to Interbike, and you guys know, Interbike was like you'd walk in and it's road bikes, Taiwan stuff, like seats, mountain bike, downhill, and then BMX would have this little tiny section, and it'd be in the far corner, and we'd be over by the beer section. Like wherever the beer was, it seems like where they put the BMXers. Don't know why, but it was always like the concession stands were where the BMXers were put, and it was always a shit show. And it felt segregated, and it just didn't feel good. This one, it's good. Like they do a really good job, and working it makes me. I just enjoy my job when I go there.
Yeah.
And seeing the kids' faces, because there were some kids that took advantage of it, and just the ones that I met were like super hyped. It was like they were carrying around their big bags, because you remember when you went, you get free grips, you get
Oh
fucking
yeah.
free posters, backpacks,
Yeah.
drinks.
Everybody's got some freebie to give away, so you remember the leave behind.
Hell yeah. Stickers, like everything, man.
Yep.
It was good.
That's awesome. Speaking of shops.
Speaking of shops, I got this one from Mezzaro in New York City. He like bled on it, so there's still blood on it. But he's like, "Yo, you want it?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, it's got cats on it."
Ricky and Bubbles. Basically the same person.
Hell yeah! Ooh, shout out Ryan Spruce dropping that $2.
Thank you, Ryan. Sent all my business to Albies and Source. Source is doing good stuff. No matter what they're doing for like taking, they're doing a lot to give back. It's pretty crazy.
Yo, speaking of crazy, did you see that fucking jam this weekend
I
that we weren't invited to?
haven't seen much of it now.
The Barcelona one?
The
Holy
Dub
fuck
Jam.
yeah. Every pro was at that thing.
Jeez.
I can't wait to see an edit come out of that. Dude, it was nuts. Like one of our riders, Ochoa,
Yeah.
Andreas Ochoa,
Yeah.
murdered it.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that clip of him doing the down rail.
He did the crook, the bar,
Yeah.
and then after that he did a tail whip over this big ass handrail.
That dude's wild. Anyone going to the Midwest Old School BMX show? I will not be there. My homie Marcus works at the Source, so it's good for him. That is good. I just saw the thing that with the video with Daryl Now where he's saying if you guys are doing an event, like the Source has a page dedicated to going in there and basically telling them about your jam or event that you're hosting, where they're gonna send you they're gonna sponsor your event.
That's good, dude. I like that.
So you don't even have to email them. You just type in the form and then they're gonna get back with you, which is pretty awesome.
Thanks for the love, Rollback. I really appreciate it, dude. And like I said before, I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for you. Rollback Rob used to work at a bike shop, and then it ended up the owner, something happened, and then he ended up not working there no more. But it's just, you meet so many great people because of bike shops. Not just only riding, but just bike shops.
Mainly because it's so hard to keep a bike shop in business. If you're a piece of crap, it's not going to work. Oh, what's up, King of Forest? Customer service was beyond top notch after a stock issue. That's good to hear. But you know what you won't get with the Source? You won't have somebody to help you put it on your bike. You won't have somebody to support you after you buy it.
Oh, that sucks. Stu passed away. Rollback Rob. Always horrible to hear that. No, and you are right when you say that if you buy from just an online store, you're not gonna. Sometimes it's hard getting certain issues taken care of, but then other times, just the idea of getting your bike built or minor issues, like there's always like that. Oh man, I don't really know how to build this kind of thing, and I hear it all the time. And then if you're at a shop, you get it at a shop. It's cheaper. Honestly, I hate saying this, but it's cheaper to get it at a bike shop than it is online.
It is because you don't have to pay shipping.
Yeah,
Usually.
Well, and you get all the extra shit on top of it,
Yeah.
which people totally fucking forget.
Yeah.
And then I have this argument, and there's going to be 20 people on here that have never heard me argue this, but even those assholes that are in your town that hate BMX will order BMX, but you have to buy from that shop. So all those dudes that wear spandexes and are road bikers, they will buy BMX. You just have to give them a chance. They're not going to open up to you if you don't open up to them. So sometimes it's easier to get that shit from them than it is to order online. But convenience, I understand.
Yep. That's why it's cool that Source and Albies are like the big players in the mail order, because they're both like actually helping things and doing stuff for their communities.
Well, Empire is really good too, though,
Empire
because
too.
Empire actually buys into the companies. Look what they just did with Profile. They just got those hubs.
Yeah.
So they bought those hubs and did that. You know what I mean? Another small local one that nobody ever talks about is The Secret. The Secret. The Secret has, I think the last time I counted, 59 frames on his
Jeez.
wall.
That's a lot.
59 fucking frames. Do you know how many companies he supports? And he tries to support every company, not just 59 of this, Heaven's Gate, because that's the new one.
Yeah.
He has tons of companies out there.
Right.
He was one of the biggest FBM suppliers, too, besides Power's bike shop.
I get all my parts from Rays. Go Rays. I hear ya. Go Rays. But the thing about Rays is they don't want to be a bike shop. They stock what they do in case something happens. But like, if you're gonna try and go and buy a bike, Rays is gonna point you to one of the local bike shops rather than sell you a bike.
That's good too, and it's awesome that they make enough business to be able to do that, though, too. So
Yep.
that means they're doing good.
Oh,
I don't
dude.
know how they do it in the summer. I have no clue how they survive in the summer. Holy fuck.
Because they're not open.
Oh, they're not?
No. They're only open on Sundays in the summer, and they've only started doing that last year. So the summer is like the rebuild season, so there's only like a couple people who work full time. There's only actually like three completely full-time employees at Rays.
That's got to be boring as fuck.
Well, I mean, that's like full-time. There's a bunch of part-time people who work there, but only like 3 of them are all the time, and that's because they're building. Paul and Jeff are building in the summer.
Oh shit, Kevin Jackson, you are so right. Fu does more stuff locally at Epic BMX. Like, he is hands-on. Like, so many pros owe their careers to Fu.
Are you talking about the shop in California?
Huh?
The California shop?
Yeah. Fu is a good fucking dude. I was talking about more of just doing online. Like, Fu might do online, but he doesn't do it as heavy as The Secret and LB's. And LB's sells fucking plungers. If you want to buy a plunger, you can get it. Huh?
Signed by the people who work there.
Yeah, and they do the $5. They do like a gift card or something. Like, we're drunk, buy us beer. The beer fund.
Thomas, the game of bike that we played at Ray's will be up Thursday. The game of add-on will be up Wednesday. I keep seeing Red's BMX pop up like on Instagram and stuff. They're not really willing to order things for you without arguing. My friend said, well, why don't you go in there and find out for yourself?
Yeah. I mean, Kiss, no matter what, there's going to be hostility, because you have to remember that those dudes spend so much. All right, to be honest with you, if you own a road bike shop, you're stuck $100,000 a year in overhead. I don't give a fuck who you are. You go through Specialized, you go through Giant, you're doing Yeti, you're doing Cannondale. No matter what, you're $100,000 in debt. Okay? So when somebody comes in and they're like, oh, you got BMX, they like have a hard time buying BMX because they don't have a high demand for it. But if a kid comes in and goes, hey, I'd like some BMX, and they say, I don't have BMX, but you say, hey, I'd like to buy some, they're like, yeah, I have no problem ordering it. And you could be the person that starts it. And that's kind of a thing that, like, I had to do in a few locations. It's just, you have to look on their side too. And I'm guilty of being like, yo, fuck those spandex wearing fucks, because they don't ever want to support BMX. But it's my fault, because I don't want to buy anything from them because I have that attitude.
Yeah.
And you have to look at both sides. Those guys are stuck. Like, especially if you have Winner. You have fucking Winner right now. Those guys are really those guys ain't making money for shit. They ain't making anything. So just going in there and spending $20, even though it'll cost you 25, but online you would have got it for 21. What's $4? $4 invested into a shop for your future is 20 times better. And let me tell you this, if you buy something from that shop and you buy it from me, I'm just going to use me as an example, you're going to get extra shit because I'm going to give you posters, I'm going to give you stickers, and if you order certain things, I'm probably going to give you grips or pedals. Like, there's always all kinds of extra freebies you get if you support, because I know what it's like to be that kid wanting something and then I got lucky and got it.
Yeah.
So just try it. Try it one time. Even if it sucks ass and it doesn't work, then I'm wrong. But I'm telling you, I know I'm right. Kind of right. Sort of right.
You're right for most cases. People are stupid to be like, nope, we don't want your money.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you're definitely right. So I'm surprised you don't have no topics.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna come in here with just like a pen and a paper and be like those normal YouTube dudes that fake write shit down and they act like they're not looking at something they wrote down.
Let's talk about Team Weed and
I've never heard you be a douchebag. That's the best. Let's talk about Team Weed. Yo, I was so mad at Team Weed because so there's this tradition, and I'm just gonna talk about it because it's so fucking badass. Kids have to hear about this. All right, so there's this tradition that all the bike companies come together that party, and they go to this like bar slash strip club, and they always have a winner for like the dopest dude. So it's basically the dude that partied the hardest, and you win a trophy. And this year, the kid that won a trophy is the dude that rides for DK. He does like the dirt jumping. He's like the world champion. He like rides for Red Bull.
Oh, Tommy Zula.
Oh, the best. He won it, and it was just so great because all the videos are always sent to Team Weed so they can make it, but Team Weed only chose the one with the big trophy. So usually, like, they'll send all their videos and all their content to them, and I'm like, oh, please, you better post it because it's been like a traditional thing for the last like 3 years in Chicago. But those guys, that's another thing. Like, I don't party or drink or anything, but I was with my sponsor, and we were in the food court eating, and you can just hear, yeah, man, fuck you, no, fuck you, and I look over, and it's S&M and Kink having an argument, but Kink's way over here on one side of the building, and S&M's over here, and they're fighting over who's gonna drink whose beer, and it's a good time. You guys got to go to it. You got to love it. Thanks for the $5, Ricky. Story time.
20 grip. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out to 20 grip.
Is that all I have to do is tell a story and we'll get $5? Holy fuck.
That's funny.
I got hundreds of those.
Oh, I feel like all I've ever cared about is riding, so I don't have as many crazy stories.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm also like, how much older am I than you?
10 years.
You're 27 now?
26.
Okay, yeah.
Ricky with his AA sponsor.
Well, don't get me wrong. You guys all know I partied when I was younger, but
yeah,
it's always good to have a DD, and especially when you go with BMXers. Dude, I have a crazy DD story. Oh, they go quiet? You're going to let me say it?
Are you? So I don't know.
One
Should
time,
I not?
One time I went to a contest, and I was driving Andrew Carpenter, Mike Hoder, Mexi Nick. These are all like pros at one time, but a few of them don't ride anymore.
Okay.
And tabletops. He rode for Diamondback. Fuck. What the hell was his name? Oh. Anyway, so I went to a house party, and I was sitting in the back of the house because I don't drink or smoke or anything. And the guy that owned the house was going to kick me out because I wasn't drinking and smoking. His name was Paul something, and he rode for like Trek. Do you remember when Trek had a bike team?
A BMX team?
Yeah. So
No.
he rode for Trek back then. This is how old this story is. And
Jeez.
he kicked me out of the fucking party because I wasn't drinking. I'm like, yo, I'm the DD. So I had to wait out in the car. And then the next day we went to the skate park. And one of the pro dudes is like, yo, dude, how come you weren't in the party? I was like, yo, the guy fucking kicked me out of the house because I don't drink or party. And he's like, who? And I was like, Paul. So Paul went to go air the 6 foot quarter. And fuck, I can't remember his name.
Is it Darren Reed?
Yes, Darren Reed. Darren Reed ran up to him while he was in the air and fucking shoved him. And I was
No.
like, no way. Right? And then he's like, yeah, I shouldn't be picking on you, Montana. And then they like were having squabbles. And it was all over the fact that like, I guess Paul did some other stuff, but like just the fact that he kicked me out of the party because I don't fucking, oh, Deaf Paul. And Deaf Paul's so bad. This is how ironic. You want to see how ironic something is? You know who Deaf Paul is, right?
No.
Okay, Deaf Paul is the kid that's famous for riding chainless.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
okay. He rode my bike in 2001 and I had a kink chain on and he broke it. Then the next time I saw him 15 years later, he's chainless. Irony. That's what that is.
If I broke chains all the time, I might not ride them either. Josh
All right, that
Stricker
was a
rode
shitty
for
story.
Trek.
That was a shitty story.
Yeah, take back that $5, 20 grip.
Yeah, take it back. Sorry.
I can only give you like $3.50 because YouTube already took 30% of it.
Yo, you know who I noticed that's not on here, that's not hitting us with negativity right now, which I kind of miss?
Kurt.
Yeah, because if I have a problem with certain things, Kurt knows the answers too. So it's always good to look over and see.
Yep.
But I'm
he must be
seeing
fishing.
a lot of names. I'm seeing a lot of
Austin L's a new name.
Yeah. And then I haven't seen King of Forest in a while, I feel like.
Yeah.
20 a grip got a new what do you call that?
Picture.
New picture.
The picture, yeah. Yep. Red Ben is someone who hasn't been in here much, if at all.
You know, I've been watching like other people's streams or people stream, and I've always said this, and I'll just repeat it constantly. But I feel like we interact so much with our chat than other people. They just like ignore it.
Yeah.
And like sometimes chat has so much to offer. Like obviously, why the fuck do you even have a live if you're not interacting with your chat? Like that's retarded.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless. Ryan Spruce. Hey, better respect it because neither me or
Kevin
Ricky.
Jackson even for the RV. Oh, they are spitting off. My boy.
Jesus! All right, we're $2 close. I mean, $1.50 closer to the RV. Thank you, Ryan and Kevin. Thank you.
When the weather gets better, I talk to ZJ and those guys, so we'll do another handrail fucking video.
Sweet. 40 years sober. #respect. That's awesome.
Hell yeah, Aaron.
I think I got everyone beat.
What's that?
I said I think I got everyone beat on the amount of years sober.
Hell yeah, King of Forest. Yeah? Oh, you've never drank or done anything.
Yeah, I'm 26 years in.
Hell yeah. I'm 37 years no alcohol. That's the one thing I never did. Are you going to Swamp Fest?
I'm going to try.
I don't think I'm going to go to Swamp Fest. I don't think I'll ever go.
You might miss it if you don't go this year. This could be the biggest one.
They're all big. I could care less. I won't even go to the Scotty Cramner one if he listens to me and does one.
Why?
I don't, because I can't leave work. Like it's always like, like people don't understand. Like I have to put so much work in for the company. Like we do so much.
Why don't you be mobile? Like, can't you do it?
I can't because I have to be near the product. Like today, we sold out of 2 of our product, like in sizes.
Yeah.
And if I don't know that, I could oversell. And people get pissed when you do that.
You could make it work.
Yeah, I guess I could. It ain't my company though, so.
Yeah. It's not like you can go in there and be like, all right, Mike, here's what's going to happen.
That's the hardest person. You know, we get a lot of kids that send in. I'm going to be very honest with you. If any of you kids ever sent in a sponsor me tape to Merit, if you guys don't know who Mike Brennan is, or you guys haven't done your homework, go watch his insight part. And then after that, think about sending your sponsor me tape and think about what kind of pro he was and then what you have to offer for this team. That's what I have to say to kids nowadays. They're like, oh, Ricky, didn't you see my double bar spin to manual to drop down ice 180? I'm like, was that a skate park, buddy? It was cool, plaza. But I'm like, did you see my boss tail whip the fucking LA ditch? Like the stuff he was doing was so bananas. Like that's the stuff he's into. Like, you know what I mean? Like if it's your company and that's the type of riding you're into, you're gonna look at that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come to my
sense.
house. That's so convenient for you, Kiss.
We have a Midwest Swamp Fest.
That would be rad.
Oh, dude.
3 locations. Imagine 3 locations of Swamp Fest. Just
Ohio
like
and Missouri and Florida.
Yeah, no, just imagine though. But imagine if it was somewhere centrally located in the Midwest and then one on the West Coast. Like that would make it awesome. Like, you know what's so funny is those guys can totally pull that off.
Yeah.
If everybody worked together, like if they could all get companies to work
100%. If a contest can pay out 90 grand to whoever wins first place, then I think the YouTubers who are making like 90 grand between them all a month can make an event together.
Oh, definitely. Somebody just asked if we watched
Simple Session?
Yeah, and I will be very honest with you. This year's Simple Session made me feel like I could enter the contest and made me feel like I'll be very honest with you. And maybe I'm wrong, but I know there's a lot of Steve Woodward doesn't have to watch anything. He's so fucking good. Take Steve Woodward out of this. But just imagine you as a rider yourself when you watched it from the first like 5 groups, you felt like you could ride with them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I didn't feel like it was way out of my league.
It's always been like that.
Yeah, but I never like this one made me feel that way because they took the higher ranked ones and took them towards the back. They should start mixing them better.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it isn't fair. It isn't fair for those younger guys that are just coming up to get smoked so bad. I just don't like the way that they do it.
That's how it
They
always
should make it
has
more
been.
fair.
They've always put the guys who you have no idea who they are because they want it to be so that you watch, like they want the action to happen all together and like the actual competition. They don't want Garrett Reynolds to qualify first place because he's in the first heat.
Yes, but at the same time, I get that, but they gotta. It just sucks when Joe Schmo from Russia, like, you know what I mean? Like they don't know how. Like they need somebody in there so they can see how it works. Like they're so nervous. If they just put the first guy as Darren Reed, or not Darren Reed. Now I'm thinking of Darren Reed, but like Reed Stark, they'll get an idea of how to ride. But I will say that the amount of people like Josh Irvine being in it made me so happy. I was so stoked to see him being 36 and having a chance to do that. And then Ocho did pretty good. There was a lot of guys I was really proud of.
Yeah, it's always been one of those events that just like you don't have to be the best person in the world to try and qualify, but you have to be one of the best to actually qualify.
Right. What I was also stoked on, and people say I shit talk a lot, but Anthony Panza did good this time. I was proud of Anthony Panza to do that. I was like, wow. You know, because it was his second year. He wasn't as nervous as he was, and he's getting better at riding a bike. Oh, he is a skate park rider, let's be honest. So it was easier for him to ride a prefab, but he did good.
I didn't see his riding.
I watched. I couldn't fall asleep. I went to bed at 7 in the morning, had to be up to go to work at 8.
Jesus.
So I sat up and watched the whole Simple Session. I couldn't sleep. I had a headache, so I watched all of it. The park riding wasn't as ham. They just went in a circle.
Yeah, that's because the course was designed for people who turn left, and if you didn't turn left, you better be able to 270.
That's why Daniel Dares got fucked up.
Daniel Dares had to do 270 whips.
Yeah, he had to do that 270 and then he smacked his head off that pole.
Yeah, I don't know. Ryan Nyquist, dude, if Nyquist didn't mess up in his runs, he would have, he could have won. He really could have.
That's awesome. Kiss said he had 29 subs on YouTube, and then one of the dudes went on there and goes, "You have 30 now, bro."
That's awesome.
I love when people support other people.
The stream is a success now.
It's always, dude, how many people that remember when we first started doing this together? It was like 11 people that stayed on here.
Yeah,
And we would talk for 3 hours.
dude,
I'm talking me and you.
I know, but when I first started, it was like 3 people ever.
Yes, but I mean me and you was like 11.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the highest we ever got was like 20 something.
I remember being super hyped whenever it hit 20. Right now we're hovering around 30. It's pretty awesome. I appreciate all of you. Yep.
Definitely. And the funny part is these fuckers will sit on here. Dude, if we do 3-4 hours, they'll sit here for 3-4 hours with us too.
Steve said, "Go both ways, pussies."
Tell Steve. What did Steve say? Did you tell him to get the app? Will he do it or no?
I'm gonna have to talk to him between and figure it out sometime. Let me do something here. Come on. Don't say anything.
Who, me?
What? What happened?
What was that?
I don't know. What was that?
Oh, God.
That's weird.
I was really hoping it was fucking Steve Woodward because
sorry to disappoint you, Ricky.
Mike, hear me out. I thought he was trying to. I'm just gonna do this. All right, pretend you're Steve Woodward. All right.
That's not hard. That's not hard to do. I know him. He's pretty cool.
Okay, he's fucked. And the funny part is he's way older than me and you.
I know. I used to do.
Wait.
Well, not used to. They had this thing called Join Team Haro back in the day. You remember that?
Yeah.
Vital BMX did it. That's where I first met him, and he was the oldest dude then, and still was destroying everyone else.
Yeah, he's fucking fucked. So I'm gonna do this. Steve, are you on here right now? Answer yes or no.
I think he's still in here. He said something a couple seconds ago.
Anyway, this is how gangster I am. So I talked to Steve Woodward last week, and Steve's got the mentality that he wants to come back. So Steve wants it again.
What do you mean come back? He never went anywhere. He's still just as good as he ever was. What I'm saying,
though, is he wants the recognition. All right, Mike knows what I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying. There's some guys that just don't want to give that up. So I told Steve, I was like, all right, well, then I'll be your agent. So, Steve, I've been doing some talking, and I talked to a few company owners. Make me an edit, and I'll see what I can do. I talked to like 3 that you would think I wouldn't even talk to, but I did for you.
So I'm gonna be Steve, since that's what you asked me to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Montana, you can take that and shove it up your ass and look at my Instagram, because I'm Steve Woodward and I post sick ass clips. I don't need to make an edit.
Which you would think would work, but they want something, like they honestly said, they're like, I know how fucking sick he is because I showed him the flip whip in the streets, but they're like, I want to see him actually commit to something. So I was like, all right. I told Woodward, I was like, look, don't take it personal. You have to be a kid again and restart over and give me a resume, because that's what it is. And there's nothing wrong with it. If a person wants it, and I'm willing to do the talking, because I can hype that motherfucker up so good, because he's exactly like Matt Sparks. Matt Sparks is a little bit more crazy.
Right now? Is Steve in here?
He hasn't said anything since we brought him up, but yeah.
Well, they're, when we were doing the Join Team Haro, he'll probably remember this pretty vividly. There was a guy named he's like a Hispanic guy. Was he Hispanic? No, a guy from Canada. There was a time where like Nyquist was like, "Hey, everybody, pick up a mop. We're mopping and sweeping this place." And he literally, this other dude was like, "Nah, man, I came here to ride, not clean ramps. Like we're here to do a contest right now. I'm not here to clean ramps. I'm not a custodian. We're here to ride." And everybody was like, "Oh shit, like, this guy's for real." But then obviously they never picked him. But he was sick.
It's funny how that goes, and it's just what like you have to stand out, but you can't stand out that way, and you have to be a team player, and that's a lot. And I'm not saying he's not a team player, and I'm not saying like the whole edit thing is corny, but at the same time, when is the last time you've seen an all Steve Woodward edit?
Absolutely. No, I was just making fun of it because today's day and age, like, dude, edits are gone in quicker than Instagram posts.
Yep.
I mean, they might stay up on I mean, nobody's going to see them. So I feel like if I was asking for a sponsor and you really want to see my riding, I would say, look at my Instagram. That's what I would say to people.
Yes, but then there's the other part. What kind of work are you putting in, and what are you going to show me? What do you have to offer? And everyone does Instagram. I can go look at. I just saw a kid do a triple bunny hop bar spin in Russia.
No way.
Cool. Yes.
Hold on. That's like so you're saying like bunny hop, like triple bunny hop?
No, I'm saying bunny hop and throw fucking 3 bars.
No way.
And I'm telling you, you guys think I'm joking, but the bunny hop double whip's gonna start happening soon. Dylan Lloyd's gonna start it off because Mike Brennan got his foot over in 2005. He didn't land it, but he got a foot on. So I'm telling you, Dylan Lloyd, once he does the bunny hop double whip, everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Because Dylan Lloyd works out. He's muscular. That's my guess for the first person to do it. Or who's that dude that's on Adidas?
Tie frames, the tie bikes. I feel like those dudes will do it.
I was gonna say him. Who's that one dude? The Anathali.
Oh, the Russian dude.
That dude's fucked.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He did triple bunny hop bar spin oppo. He did bunny hop triple bar and then a bunny hop triple bar oppo.
Are you talking about Andreev?
Yeah,
he's
that
an amazing rider.
fuck.
He's an amazing rider, but I'll never forget him talking so much trash on YouTube, like doing YouTube. And I think now he has a channel. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure now he has a channel, and he does YouTube. And he was talking so much trash on it.
That's because it was cool to talk crap about being on YouTube for a little bit. That was like the thing to do.
Now they don't realize it. Like you have to have it. Like that's part of like it sucks. Kids created it, but now you have to have part of that type of element, or you got to be a part of it. Like it's self promotion, man. Because the companies can't do everything. You got to be able to promote yourself.
Yeah.
Either way, I just want to be the agent for Steve Woodward, and I've been talking, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I said, if you don't get a problem with it, I'll try to do something. But I was like, the only thing is they were like, yo, show me something that he's done recently. I'm like, yo, check this flip whip out in the streets. And they're like, no, show me more.
Yeah, whenever he posts something, I always have a tendency to look down at his caption and like, is this going to say Throwback Thursday? No, it's today. Like, over
and he always says I'm
like
playing. He says I'm playing, or I'm just fucking around. I'm like, what do you mean you're playing?
Yeah.
Fucking dickhead. And he's 38.
He's 38?
Yeah, he's 38.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Oh my god.
Good for him.
And you're 30, what, 4?
Yeah.
32. 34.
Talking to me?
I need to step it up.
Yeah, you. You. 34?
All right. You got to understand, on my phone, I don't see YouTube like you do. I see, like, you're on the top of my screen, and Brett's at the bottom of my screen.
Oh, my bad.
So I see no comments. So, like, if anybody's commenting and talking, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I don't see the comments.
They're all talking about other stuff anyways.
They add on to what we do, which is great. So like they'll tell us what the name of the person is, and then they'll add on to somebody doing a bunny hop backflip. But no, you're 34, correct? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's our time. Like Biz Jordan is totally right. Like, it doesn't give a fuck about age, man. It's you like BMX nowadays. Okay, it's not simple, it's not easy, but it's not go fucking big and huge anymore. So you can get away, so you're lifelong, like you're gonna last longer. These pros are gonna be pros longer because they don't have to be like Mike Brennan and kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're just technical. So technical's easier than fucking ham.
Yeah. Well, the riders that are lasting the longest are the ones that are doing the same stuff that they've always done. They're not like out really risking it because they don't want to risk it. They look at it like, okay, this is what's working for me. Why do I need to change the formula? You know?
That's true
look at
too.
Nyquist.
Like who?
Like, look at Nyquist. Nyquist hasn't changed the formula since I've been riding. So.
Everybody's got their
His
thing that people
his
know them for.
fucking his 720 bar spins look so scary because like I know what it's like to have a tight back. So like when I see that last rotation on the 540, I'm like, oh, that fucking hurts. And he's been doing it for so. What was the video he did it in first? Drop the hammer.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! I'm
Dude,
old.
I recently just watched Pro Town again for like the first time. I don't know when that came out. Maybe like 10 years ago. I rewatched it. I was like, wow, like this is pretty sick. Like the stuff that they were showing like the evolution of the scene. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but it's the evolution of the scene of Greenville from like the time of Dave all the way till current right now.
With
And
Josh and Ty Morrow and everybody.
Yeah, like really old clips. We're talking Ty Morrow, straight cable, no
Yeah.
pegs, no for the can
Yeah.
across the unit, like different rider. It's pretty cool.
It makes me laugh. Like I tell a lot of these kids, I'm like, all these dudes you look up to right now were all skate park rats.
Oh, all of them. Every single
Brandon
one.
Began, Reed Stark. I can go through all
Zach
these fuckers,
Gerber.
and I have clips of all of them. Oh, Zach Gerber. Garrett Reynolds is the biggest fucking jock I've ever seen. Ty Merle was one. JJ Palmenier. Holy shit.
Oh my god! I
Palmenier.
used to ride with JJ. Like he used to have gyro, slam seat. I forget which frame he was riding back in the day. Like he would always do like foof ice pick variations on quarter pipes, hold them, foot jam whips, whip taps, and then one day it was like 4 pegs.
Chase Dehart.
Chase D was a nasty
but
person
Chase
break.
D looks. I yell at Chase. I'm like, yo, go back to 3 pegs or whatever you had, 2 pegs and a fucking jock. He was so good with a break.
Yeah,
so good. So
I agree.
good.
Actually, you remember Randy Brown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran into him like 2 days ago at my local park. He had his son out. He's still shredding.
Dude, there's just so many people like that. Like, Brian Terada is still doing the same shit he did when he in 2000, and his bike is still set up the same way. And I'm just so. I wish kids knew more about guys like, oh fuck, Brian Terada is so good. And Brian Terada's our age, or my age.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like those kids are like, there's nothing against them for not knowing that generation. They got their own little thing now, and that's what they're going to hold on to, and they're going to carry it to make their own BMX generation. You know,
They're in
like
a bubble.
we can hold on to ours. Like I used to get mad when I would be like, hey guys, you ever heard of like, you know who Taj is? No. Joe Rich. I'm like, what? How do you not know who these people are? But then I'm like,
I don't know who that woman is.
But like I grew up with that. But they're growing up with what we got right now. This phone.
Exactly.
And that's just the way. And there's nothing to hate on it. It's just the evolution of BMX, and that's just where it's going to go.
Yep, that's exactly right. But a lot of people don't think about that.
Well,
I hate it.
I'll tell you this, boys and girls. I'm part of this generation, but I started 20 years ago. That's so crazy to think. Like, it took me until I was 34 to fucking make it. Holy, 32. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
and
well,
I didn't even make it.
Think
but
about
I
what
mean,
happens
make
when
my
Steve
name real quick.
Woodward goes pro when he's 40.
Dude, I'm gonna
Woodward's been pro. Steve was on Haro.
Steve's a pro's pro.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we did that join team Haro thing, it was like you probably could still find it on Vital BMX. If you type in Vital BMX join team Haro, they made it like a reality TV show, really corny and very scripted. But all of the riders, even after that, got hooked up with Haro or Premium in one way, shape, or form. And Steve Woodward was one of them. Steve Woodward, me, JJ got on Premium. That was when he got his Premium deal from Josh Harrington.
Was Joe Riley? Or Joe Riley, he was Premium.
Marcus Tooker. He's like another
Jesus
guy.
Christ. I totally forgot about him.
Yep. So it's
How come we don't talk about Matt Sparks? That's who we need to talk about.
Oh no, dude! I'm telling you, if you look up that video I was just talking about, you'll see a clip of Matt Sparks. I seriously thought that his handlebar was inside of him because it disappeared. He did this inverted hand plant.
Yeah, I knew it was the hand plant.
alley-oop across the spine. Like there's like a vert wall channel across the spine in the unit, and he did alley-oop one. Or no, it was on the one before the box jump. He did an alley-oop inverted one, and when he came down, he was running the Odyssey Element stem. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no
And
way.
when he landed on his bar, it broke the stem right off. But his bar, the way it looked, was in. It looked like it was inside of his belly. We all shit a brick. I was like, what? We thought he was gonna get up and blood was gonna be pouring out.
Oh my god!
I'll find the fall for you.
Thank God it wasn't like that.
It was terrible.
Yo, Brent.
What?
Is there a way to click me back in if I do it through my phone? Because I gotta drive.
I can call you again.
Drive an hour to the woman's.
I can call you again. Yeah. I just call you from your.
I'm so stoked that we got feed on here now. The feed is feed, bro.
The feed is feed.
The feed is feed, and these feed is...
Just you're gonna make me give you the coronavirus through the phone, bro. Careful, don't make me cough.
Dude, I was in coming back from Chicago from Cabda, and there was like a big fucking snowstorm, and I've never seen so many Americans wearing masks. It was so bad in the airport. Every single airline had 180 fucking standby. Because every goddamn, it was so horrible. And I was like, I'm definitely getting one of these chicken pig viruses. My dick's going to fall off.
It's funny how you think it doesn't even attack your throat or your nose, just goes straight for the
dick. Because that's like the scariest thing is your dick falling off. Call me in 5 minutes, Brant. Okay. All right. See you guys soon.
Oh my God, Ricky. Oh, tune in next time to find out if Ricky will ever pronounce anyone's name correctly.
Yeah. Love it. I love
it. 5 minutes. Can 41 people make it 5 minutes till we call Ricky again? Oh,
I doubt it.
That is hilarious. Everybody was naming all these people who were big back then. Josh White, I don't know about him. Ben Huckey.
Ben Huckey was like almost, I'd say, one of the originators besides Stephen Hamilton to like the Nosies.
Oh yeah.
Like Stephen took him like to an up level, like going up ledges and stuff. But like Huckey did like can ones. He'd like hold a can in a nosy.
Well, isn't Huckey younger too? I feel like he is.
How old is Stephen Hamilton?
I don't know.
I think Ben's Montana's age.
Huh. I don't remember.
At the time, he had like a 5 or 6 year old kid, and he was older than me back then. So
maybe. Randy Taylor,
R.I.P. Yep.
That guy. If we're gonna talk about people who passed, Dom Travato. That guy.
Where is he from?
I can just remember him being in videos at Four Seasons, I think it was.
Did he run a front break?
I'm not sure about that, but he did. The one thing that stands out is him ice picking a window out of like a mini ramp or something like that. It was like 15 feet up or something crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that guy was wild. Casey Badger.
Yep. Sean Sexton. Haven't heard anything from him in a long time.
Yeah. There's a lot of those guys, man.
So I remember you guys talking about Craig Mast before. Is he even still ride?
I have no idea.
Craig Mast killed it back then. Gerber, obviously. Zach Gerber was
still
an animal. Yeah.
People talked about Sean Burns still being like in his insanity. But that doesn't apply because that Sean Burns doing his thing is still him just doing his thing.
Yeah.
That's what you were talking about, is people who are in it are still doing what they know. Sean Burns has just always known that.
Yeah, like, I mean, well, Sean Burns for sure, but like you reach a point where it's like you find yourself and how you want to ride, because there's a time where, like, if you're a professional rider, you're trying to like cater to your sponsor. So, but only for the fact that you're trying to continue to reap the benefits of a sponsor. So like if your sponsor's obligation to them is like, hey, you got to go to these events. Well, I still want to be able to go to these cool places, but I have to go to these events. A lot of people, like I was talking to Randy Brown about this 2 days ago. We were just like reminiscing because he went to Simple Session with me one of the years, like 2 years before he like stopped riding at the pro level. Even though he still has the signature products through S&M, he just kind of like stepped out of the limelight. But he was talking about how he just wasn't a contest rider, but those obligations were through the sponsors. So he would just reap the benefits of, okay, yeah, I'll go to this event, but he's also going to make a trip out of it to stay out there for like 2 weeks, you know?
Now everybody does that. There's only a couple contest riders.
Yeah. Yeah, the Olympic people, right?
Yep. I just got to meet and ride with Angie over the
Yeah, Angie's
weekend.
sick. Yeah, I've known Angie like since Dirty East days. What was Dirty East like? Where Gerber did like the wall. I don't know if you remember any clips or anything, but Gerber did like Wally Flair, 10
Oh
feet up.
man, I don't know. He did the front flip off of the one in 2006.
Yeah, so I mean, I've known Angie probably that long. I mean, she's always killed it, and I'm stoked that she's still in it and able to kind of still continue to produce and go to events and stuff like that. That's awesome.
Take the worst fall ever and then
Dude,
get back up and get fifth.
yeah, I love the fact, but I kind of like I understand why they didn't like at the dude like put
Yeah.
like at mention him, but because he probably would get so much hate. But she got a fucking ton of hate. I commented on her YouTube video. I sent her a message. I was like, dude, it's sick that you made a video like that, like making fun of them. You know, that was a good way.
Yeah,
to go.
I talked to her about that for a few minutes. Just like, thank you.
Yeah,
Because
I think that was good.
That was so funny. I even put that in the women's weekend video that I made because we were just like laughing, saying stuff while I was filming her do the intro. And she said, just a bunch of women driving bicycles.
That's awesome.
And I used it in the intro.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's always killed it. And she's been an advocate for just women's BMX the entire time, obviously.
Yep.
And, but yeah, that crash looks so bad.
It was like a slingshot.
I was trying to picture like this scenario. Like, was that rider coming up the hip backwards? Because that was the quarter pipe that people were using as a sub box, right? On that end of the course, it looked like.
I'd have to look. I can't remember.
Yeah, it looked like he was coming off of the quarter pipe that people were using as like a launch onto the deck and then down into like the steep landing and then setting you up for the long A frame to the rail. But I was like, where the hell did this guy come from? And how did like neither of them? I mean, maybe they saw each other, but they were just committed, you know?
Dude, I have no idea. Like that just has to be a set of circumstances that all happened perfectly.
Yeah.
And terribly at the same time.
When you're in events like that, though, you're always going to have a collision. One of my most favorite memories was a collision I had with Gary Young because that was the first time I ever met him. Was in a collision. Like
nice.
It was my first dew tour I was ever at, and he and I both were riding the course. I came off the curved wall, and the way the curved wall set up on the setup, it shot you into the mini ramp, which shot you into the spine, and the spine set up into a hip. He was coming off the hip the other direction, and I saw him let go of my bike, and when I thought I was going to get past him, his peg, this is really embarrassing, his peg got into my back pocket and pulled my pants like almost all the way down, like my ass cheeks were hanging out, and we both were on the ground. I pulled up my pants, and I was like, dude, you good? He's like, yeah, are you? He goes, I was like, yeah. He's like, I'm Gary. I was like, I'm Mike. That was it. I was like, dude, this is the most like epic memory ever.
That is hilarious.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's so nice. Wow. And obviously that wasn't on video.
Yeah, that was before that. Filming on your iPhones.
Right. God, it's crazy. How perfect for a backpack to go in the pocket.
Yeah. Better than pocket than my ass.
No, that's true. I don't know where Ricky went. He read my text, but it's not working to call him.
He's probably got didn't say he had to pick someone up, so he's probably got them in the car, right?
No, he's driving to his lady's house. So I think he just wanted to get to the car. Let's see. See ya, Levi. Simple Session is Snake Fest. You would know. You've been there.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, at the time, I think the biggest ramps. See, Simple Session was the biggest ramps I ever rode. But to prepare yourself for Simple Session, it was like the closest thing would be Woodward. But even then, Woodward's Cloud 9 box it's like half the size transition because it's such a long, mellow lip for the Simple Session box. They're huge boxes.
Yeah.
And so that was like one of the hardest things to get used to. And then also at that time, a lot of people were jumping the box backwards on the setups I rode. This one, I'm trying to think like if it was a full box or if it had like a weird gap in the middle on this year's setup. I'm trying to think.
The one that happened this year? It was a full box this year.
a lot of people were like colliding the previous years I went, like on the boxes and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty hectic, and but at the same time, like I feel like it's gotten better over the years where people stick to their like jam class, you know, that they say, okay, like you're in, 1 through 3 goes out now, and 4, 5, 6 go out next. People kind of stick with it now. There used to be a time where people were just all over the place. 100 people on the course, and you're just like, I guess the only time I'm going to get a chance to ride is when I'm riding.
I can't do that. I cannot deal with like 5 people trying to ride like all at the same time on the course. Like that's why I don't like going to Chenga, because it's like constant, just back and forth, and you're never riding by yourself. There's always someone else somewhere nearby.
So you're saying like the people there just don't really know any etiquette, or are they just like little kids on scooters?
It's just the way the park's set up. You can use so many different things at the same time. So no one's ever actually like, I mean, not never, but like a lot of the times you've got people going back and forth.
Yeah. I've been there a few times. So is it still the same setup where I was like a coping spine mini with like a hip going out, and then on the back of it there's like a steep bank?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And I'm just so used to being at Rays where like you can't ride more than one person in the Subaru room at the same time.
Yeah.
It has to be one at a time. Oh, Ricky's calling, so maybe I can call him back now. But yeah, I'm just used to being at Rays where you take turns. Oh, there he goes. What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Stephen Hamilton is 2 years younger than me. You're forgetting about Fish. Fish, that red-headed Flatlander guy, was doing nose willies around the same time Stephen Hamilton was, but Ben Huckey was the first one to do them fakie, and he was doing no-footed can-cans and can-cans in 2006.
Yep.
Me and Ben Huckey went and rode street, and he was doing 180 to backwards freaking nose willy can-cans, and he's like, yo, this is going to be the hottest shit ever. I was like, that shit's gay. 4 years later, Caleb Quambeck came out, and nose wheelies were the biggest shit. So Ben Huckey's the man.
Hey, I got a question. Why do they call it a nose wheelie when you're not pedaling?
Ooh.
When you're what?
When you're not pedaling, you can't call it a nose wheelie. It ain't like you got a unicycle, right?
Okay. Why do you call it a driveway when you're not driving in it?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Neither do I. That's just the stupid names that they give it all the time. But you are right. And then I think Dom was from Milwaukee.
Dom, yeah, that's Seasons. Then that makes sense. Yep. Jeff Mead's in here. Jeff, let's put $1 on whether or not Jeff's smoking right now.
I guarantee you, Jeff's had 9 cigarettes this whole.
But what about right now?
Oh, right now 2.
Mike, do you know Jeff Mead?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are kind of in the same area.
Yeah, we used to ride Hackettstown a lot.
That's what everyone says when you bring up Jeff Mead.
He's the Hackensack.
I don't know how close he was. Yeah, I don't know how close he lived to it, but he was there all the time whenever I was there. And it took me like 2 hours to get there every time. But that was like, at the time, that was the best place besides Incline to go, because Penn Skate, which, I mean, it'd been open a long time, but they were really shitty towards bike riders at that time. And there was like times where they would be like, yeah, you can't film in here, can't bring cameras, bike sessions, this and that.
Seriously?
So like Hackettstown, yeah, bike. I've got footage of footage and photos of like signs that said like no filming beyond this point.
That is stupid. Did you ever get reasoning for that?
The guy's a really, really hardcore skateboarder. So and not until recently has he really been like cool with BMX, because he's realized that since the Incline Club closed, that a lot of his revenue has become bike riders versus skateboarders.
Are you talking about Penn Skate?
Yeah, Penn Skate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, he's cool now, but like, I mean, granted, at the time I was like 19 or 20 years old, and one of my friends brought their Panasonic 3CCD video camera with a big battery, and he was like trying to film us, and the guy's like, yeah, no filming in here. We're like, what?
Well, they still have places where you can't even ride.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That blows my mind. But I mean, I
we
don't
wouldn't
know.
even have that skate park if it wasn't for Joe Rich, Taj, and Lucky Engelbert. Like,
Which
those
one?
are the guys that helped him out. Like, he was going to quit the skate park, and then Taj and them were like, no, let's build ramps. Let's build these big-ass spines.
Yeah.
And then Chris was like, oh, okay. And then it became like a BMX hub. And then recently, like, you know, scooters became the big thing, and he was making more revenue off it. So he had to split it, which sucks. But at
Yeah.
least there's ramps, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, now Penn State's like super crappy to where since it's divided like that, you can't even ride your bike on the other side. Like, he even specifically says no bikes are allowed on this side of the skate park, even though it's like nice ledges, pyramids, and he's like, yeah, the rafters are too low, and I'm like, dude, I just watched a scooter kid do like a flip whip over your spine, 6 feet out. Like, I'm not even trying to go 6 feet out your spine. I just want to ride that section of the park.
There's a spine and you can't ride it.
Yeah. When the next time I go, I'll send you a couple photos of the area and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna come out there and just walk in and say I'm not riding here because you won't let us ride the whole park.
You can do
So
it.
you're gonna drive all the way out there just to tell them that.
Yes.
Make sure everybody super chats you enough money for the round trip.
Oh, they already did. I'm on it. I'm not even going to hang out with anyone. I'm just going to drive there, live stream myself, walking in, saying, screw you guys. Won't let me ride a spine.
Yeah. So H-Town was like, Hackettstown was the best. Like, it was crappy but amazing. I don't know how to explain it. Like, when I say crappy, I'm not saying the ramps were trash. I'm saying that, like, everywhere else was skate light. Hackettstown was sheet metal.
Ooh.
Like, so, like, it had a tendency, like, if you were to catch a corner, yeah, you'd have to go get a shot. But if you didn't land, it made you, like, a better rider. You had to land first before you slide out. But if you did slide out, you're not going to get hurt because it's like almost like a resi. It was really fun. That place
yeah, but you had the best riders in the world that went there, though, too. You're forgetting, like, Vic Aliea, fucking Scott, Skirbo.
Oh, yeah, Bob Skirbo.
Sounds like Chenga won.
Joe Tizio was like one of the OGs there. And then Lucky was one of the OGs there, too. I saw footage of him.
It sounds like Chenga won.
George DeSantos.
Yep.
And then you had the FBM dudes coming there a lot. There was just so many locals that were there too, like just riders that people don't even know about that were so good. That's what's so great about every skate park. Every skate park has them. You know, the only person that I can remember that's local over at Incline Club is fucking Brooklyn. And Brooklyn just did tail whips all day long. That's the only thing I remember about Incline. Obviously, I've only been there.
He lived there.
Yeah.
Ryan spruced a $10 super chat and said road trip. I'm on my way to New Jersey right now.
Nah, not New Jersey. You got to come down here where you can go to Pastrana's. Jersey ain't got shit.
Where you at?
I'm in Delaware, but if you come down here, we'll go to Pastrana's. It's only an hour from me.
I'm not coming anywhere until it's warm enough to be outside for the entire day.
I was outside today. John was outside
for the entire day.
Yep. Maybe not in the evening. Right now I'm wearing a hoodie, but
yeah,
today was like 60 degrees.
I just feel like it's not worth it to take a trip somewhere when it's this cold because you can't fully take advantage of it.
Yeah. Dude, spring, you'll be good.
Yes.
Spring coming in the summer. I recommend coming in the spring and not in the summer because there's no shade.
Dude, I'm coming all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jersey's only got like a few parks. I mean, they got good street spots, but I'm saying like it's not what it used to be. New Jersey used to be the spot that we would drive from Delaware to go ride Jersey because there was like 10 or 15 parks within South Jersey. And then now there's like 3, and one of them, Maple Shade, they barely ever have the damn gate open. Can't even ride that place.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. And it seems like, I mean, purely just based on watching Scotty's videos, it seems like there's a lot of places you can't even ride.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you get around Atlantic City.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of stuff in Ohio.
A lot of it's ruined by the climate of how riders ride nowadays, too, is everything's becoming plaza. And it's just like dumbing down the sport, I feel like. If you go back to my hometown, the biggest quarter that'll be there is an 18-footer, and the smallest will be like a 2-footer. Like there's an option for everybody there. I move over here to the East Coast, and it's just like there's nothing. over in up here where I live, they're building this new skate park. They have two choices. They got one with like bowls and everything, and then they got this other option that's going to be a plaza. And of course, all the skaters and everybody chose a plaza, and that nice bowl park they were going to build, they're not going to build now. And I'm like, you fucking kids have no clue. Like, these skate parks are boring. Like, after 2 minutes, I get so bored of a plaza. There's nothing to it. There's no flow. It's nothing. It sucks.
Riding has definitely changed for sure. I mean, like, I think you should watch the Pro Town movie because it really opened my eyes back up, because like they even talk about like the riding level. Like if you look at the riding level back then, way higher. As much as like these guys are doing like crazy combos, but like back then, like Nyquist, I saw a clip of him do like bar over double peg on the spine to hop over tooth to bar in. And you like, I can't even think of 5 people that do tooth to bar regularly on a quarter pipe. And I think I saw like 10 different people in that video, like nose pick bars, nose pick half bars. Like who
Mike Laird.
Half bar?
Well, you
Yeah,
also got to
like
think
Laird.
though.
Laird was one of them.
You got to think though. At the same time, that was riding back then. Nowadays, you pick 10 different street riders, and all of them can do up rail hard 360.
Yeah.
Where no one back then, like there's probably like 5 people and all of BMX back then who could do that.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember that Edwin De La Rosa did the first one in like 2002, 2003.
What was that? Can I Eat?
Yeah, the Feeble the Hard 3. So It's like that trick hasn't been around that long. So it's taken like 18 years for that thing to become like the big thing. So you know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit what you say. Anybody doing a bar spin pick is fucked. Or toothpick the bar out is even more fucked. That shit's
I
more
agree.
impressive.
I just think it's crazy that the riding back then, like if you just look at the tricks that those dudes were doing back then are like not the same obviously as what we do now, but I feel like I kind of wish people would go back to those tricks instead of just going for the how many whips, how many bar combo we can do with a no-hander. I mean, I understand that that's hard. I've done those whip the late bar variations, but I'd rather do that, and I understand why people would rather do that versus 360 Superman seat the late bar. Like a huge, like widely different combo right there.
Well, also it just comes back to the whole like kids are growing up on a plaza. They're not growing up on what we grew up on.
Yeah.
Like my skate park, I obviously didn't ride a skate park until I was 24 years old, and my park had it all. But I'm saying, like, it was big ass. Like, I would go to Vegas and I'd have to ride Pro Park. You know how big fucking Pro Park was.
Yeah.
It was like a 10-foot fucking spine there. Just going over that thing was crazy. And nowadays, kids don't have, like, they just have a little 2-foot ledge, and you can't go ham on a 2-foot ledge. So, like, if you look at BMXers in 1994, and I'm talking
like
Dave Losato,
right
huh?
I said I feel like a dentist right now.
Hell yeah. If you look at like, let me say 96. Like, because when you say bring back BMX, you're thinking like 2004, 2005.
Bring back the vibes. That's what I'm saying. Like, not even the tricks. The vibes. Dude, this is going to be me talking trash. This is going to be my 30-second rant. The vibes these days fucking suck. All right? The only time you're going to hear me drop the F-bomb on here, they fucking suck. I go to a skate park. Everyone is shit. The little kid, like a couple days ago, I'm filming a video. I put up this ramp for somebody else to specifically ride. Kid comes over as I'm filming my buddy John, like saying, hey, you know, like this is going to be a pretty difficult ramp to ride, trying to talk to him about it. The kid's like, hey, get the hell out of the way. and he goes to ride the ramp behind me. I was like, dude, are you kidding me right now? Like, you little jerk off. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the vibes aren't the same as they used to be. Like, I explain this to people. If I go to a park these days, like, I'll say what's up to everyone, but the kids with 4 pegs that ride specific areas of the skate park aren't going to talk to the guys with brakes or right side only pegs or coasters. And that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, everyone rode whatever they wanted to ride, and they were cool.
Well, you fit in where you get in, and you look different, so you're going to be categorized different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, me coming in, I guess kids look at me and laugh and go, oh, you're the faggot with the big seat post. You're the guy that does the pull-up bars. You're the weirdo dude. So, you know, and I can think of 6 dudes in the group chat, or in the chat right now, that ride exactly the way I do. which is just basically like a 1984 type of style. But it is really weird. It's funny how I get around street kids that vape and wear freaking Vans, and they all have rolled up Dickies with a rolled up beanie, and they're smoking out of their vape machines, and they all act the same, they all talk the same, and they all ride the same, and anybody different gets dogged on. And I can totally agree with you on that one, and it sucks. And when I came from BMX, if you saw another BMXer, you were like, yo, dude, touch my hands.
Exactly.
Best. That shit don't happen anymore. But boys, I'm back at my woman's. I love all you guys. Mike Feed, this has got to happen more often, bro. Did we hit more than 40?
Yeah, I got to like 46.
Dude,
Well,
you tell all those fuckers that are on here, because Mike doesn't want to cuss. I'm cussing for him. I love all you guys. Mike, good to talk to you, bro.
talk to you.
Steve Woodward, I'll still work on your sponsor, bro. I need an edit. And Brant, if you want to get sponsored too, just holler at me. Mike Feed, you want to
I already
get
have an
sponsored again?
edit.
Holler at me.
Only
Alright,
if I
love
get a
you
really
guys.
long C post. I need a really long C post.
No,
Alienation already makes that, Mike.
I got it already. I was just how long did you C post? 19?
Mine?
330 millimeters.
Oh damn.
Big dick. It's bigger than Foster has a fist and a half. I have 2.5 fists.
Okay.
So it's ridiculous. All right, guys, love you.
We could edit that really nice.
Goodbye, Ricky.
Later.
Jesus Christ. Oh! Oh, that's me.
Dude took the call away.
I didn't mean to hang up on you.
All good.
I pushed the button and forgot. So yeah, that was sweet. Ryan Spruce said BMX lost the street love.
Well, that's because the street isn't the street anymore. I mean, everything's just one cluster of a category. Like
Yeah.
street is like I said before, in my opinion, I'm not saying that BMX, what they call street now, isn't a good representation of BMX. I'm just saying, like, I know BMX as street is Van Homan, second or third stage handrails, dying, bar spin to second stage ice grind, crazy stuff like that. That's real street, full send.
Yeah.
You even said Sean Burns, like a different style of street, straight sending it. But like, not to say I don't have respect for these guys doing like bar, feeble, nosy to hop, Smith, the nosy bar. Like, that's crazy. It's just a technical side of jibbing.
Yeah, BMX has just moved in a weird way. But it'll come back. Brakes are coming back, Mike. Get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready. It's happening.
Down.
I'm down too. But for now, it's only 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to end this and actually get to sleep before midnight tonight.
Sick.
Yeah,
Got a
because
bit of edit, so
yeah, I thought I was going to raise tomorrow, so I got everything ready, and then I remembered, oh crap, there's a meeting at this town that's a half hour away from me for a skate park that they're building tomorrow night, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't go to race.
that's awesome. You can film it. Will they let
Yeah.
you film it?
Yeah, I'm going to, no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to document the entire process.
That'd be cool.
I hope so. I really hope so. Because currently, like, I don't know if they've thought about BMX or anything, so I'm going to try and just go in there and use it all. Like, hey, I've got a YouTube channel with a whole lot of people that like to watch it. And I'm going to see if they want to see this whole process. And I can't do that if you won't let bikes in.
Well, my argument with my local park that they weren't going to let bikes in, and at the time, my argument with them was, so you're using my tax-paying dollars, so like, I'm getting paid to ride a bike, and the taxes are coming out of my paycheck to pay for this recreational park, and I'm no longer allowed to be able to ride here. And then I was like, then who's this? I was like, I said, who is to say that, let's just say a skateboarder has a child and the skateboarder's child doesn't want to skateboard. Maybe what if they want to ride a bike? I was like, I know somebody in a wheelchair who wants to come to the skate park. Like, how are you going to say no to all these other options? That's what you should do. You should also use, like, see maybe if other people be advocates of it,
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be open-minded unless they say no. But I don't think they will, because it's the same company that just built this new park here and that lets bikes in. It's like a whole bicycle town, so I don't see any reason unless because it was the money for it. Someone gave $150,000 private donation for this skate park in an Amish town.
That's awesome.
It's crazy.
It's supposed
So
to be concrete or wood.
yeah, it's gonna be made by Spawn Ranch.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna not have to do as much now, and I can enjoy the rest of my night instead of freaking out because I gotta get the raise.
I hear that. Well, it's good chatting with you. We'll see if we can hop on here maybe next week or so. I'm gonna be doing one of my first not live, but like how I told you before. I wanted to like pre-record a video with my buddy.
Yep.
I'll probably be doing one like next week.
Yeah.
I'll be like my tester, and maybe I can have you on one of mine.
Okay, I'm down. I'm way down.
Cool.
Okay,
Right,
well, good seeing you. Good chatting.
Yep.
I'm going to end this, and then I'm going to end the stream. We'll talk soon. See ya. All right, I have to give everyone in here a huge shout out and thank you. There's only 29 of you now, but there was over 46. There's like 46, and you all are super awesome. I have to give giant shout outs to everyone who did super chats tonight because there's been so many, including the MVP, Ryan Spruce. He did so much. 20 grip, thank you. Ryan Spruce, I'm just going to read them in order. Kevin Jackson, Ryan Spruce again. 20 grip again. Ryan Spruce again. Ryan Spruce again. And Ryan Spruce again. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. And we'll see you soon. I'm going to do another stream possibly Wednesday night. I'm lining up a totally different category of streams I think you guys might be excited about. So hopefully that's going to happen. Thank you all for hanging out. Jeff Mead, metal fingers for you. Do me a favor and hold your cigarette with your metal fingers if you can. Oh, see you guys.